This looks almost identical to the containers that house the Fays. This room appears strangely compressed, giving a sense of closeness that borders on the discomforting. Every wall is interlaced with what looks like a web cage of electrical wirework, with almost organic-looking nodules and bubbles. You have the distinct sense that you're inside a machine and that it doesn't seem to occupy space in any natural fashion. This room appears strangely This room appears... A Klingon officer whose direct and intense expression never wavers. Recognition of the broad realm of possibilities, challenges, and curiosities this room represents shines reflected in her dark eyes. A Klingon crewman wearing a look of disdain and distrust. A man whose life is devoted to organic living things, Dr. McCoy seems utterly out of his element, surrounded thus by inorganic machinery, and the uneasy sense that this too might be life of a sort. The Vulcan's interest in his surroundings is sharply piqued by what appear to be irreconcilable spatial anomalies and discontinuities of technologic sophistication. The captain is uneasy, certain that this claustrophobic-seeming room holds challenges yet to be discovered. A sealed tube with connectors at either end, which can provide illumination when inserted into an appropriately powered socket. A somewhat small greenish-blue blanket. A long twist of insulated wire.
I have a strange feeling about this room. We might find a lot of answers here. The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atopus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external sensors are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down? How did your systems become damaged?
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off all these people off-planet. There seems to have been some shadier agenda. The eugenics wars of our own past produced some of the ugliest abuses in human history, and notorious characters like Khan Noonien Singh, whose name still resounds with infamy. How is this ship you call the Compassion justified?
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of accomplishing today. For example, the Paralens medium for recording computer data is something we are only now beginning to explore. I think there's much to be learned from these people. That's all for now, Faze. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions. The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you. That's all for now, Faze. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions.
Now wait 1 minute, Cock. I make my request politely and I am ignored. That cannot go unnoticed. I demand the right to be heard.
Please, ask freely. I will answer as best I can.
Faze, this ship passed through the heart of Klingon space. We were not even aware of it until it was nearly out of our territory. We backtracked it and found it must have closely approached places we find sensitive. We expect assurances that data you may have collected there will not reach the hands of those who mean us harm.
We seek proof. We expect you to download your entire memory into our ship's computers, that we may search it for data you have no right to.
Thereby would you not acquire data to which you have no right?
My aide speaks too strongly. While it is true we are interested in the knowledge and technology you possess, technology to pass through our empire undetected, knowledge of how to twist space back upon itself, for that data, we will treat with you as one civilized people with another. But it is a justified request that we ask you to destroy all data dealing with anything you learn within our borders.
Had I any data, I would agree to seal it. However, as you should have deduced, I have none. Until my sensory systems were repaired, my ability to receive and process data was severely impaired, especially in regard to external data updates. Based on my presentry analysis of nearby space, I would speculate that my only data on your present sphere of influence would be as that area of space existed a very long time ago indeed.
That is information for us to know, not you. Erase it.
Silence! Hayes, we would welcome access to that information, but on the same basis as we would bargain with you for technological data. We have more to offer with you, I believe, than the Federation represented by these others.
So web korto.
Phase, do not be hasty making that decision.
I lack sufficient data to make any assessment. I can give no answer at this time. I will do my best, Captain. Although intelligent entities often find that there are more questions than answers.
This room is thoroughly fascinating, Captain. I theorize that this is a virtual space replica of the interior workings of the artificial intelligence which the Phase represent. The interface is seamless, and work performed in here is functionally identical to working directly in the computer. Like so much we've seen before now that is highly advanced technology, yet archaic 20th century style wiring carries the electronic information. I don't know what to say, Jim. This place is genuinely weird.
What makes you think I've got anything to discuss with you?
I'm here as an observer. When I have something to say, I'll let you know.
Captain, this place is disturbing.
I agree.
Of course, that's probably because I don't understand it. It's amazing how something that once seemed disturbing can become ordinary when you understand it.
This is not a life form, Captain, but it does register with biomagnetics and considerable electrical complexity. This is the heart of a functioning, artificially intelligent construct.
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
If you'll bring that over to me, I might have a better suggestion if I took a closer look at it. I worked with things like these when I was younger. Given our surroundings, see if you don't find this more useful.
A constructed mechanism permitting an electrical power supply to be safely joined to an appliance or device.
Allow me, Captain. Let me do that. The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think you will find it fits just here. Lieutenant Uhura, if you will bring over that length of wire while I hold this in place, I believe we can get this repaired speedily.
Certainly, Mr. Spock. With that in place, I can see that it will easily fit. Here.
The final connection is made, and Uhura smiles widely.
That's it! That fixes the broken connection.
Thank you. I am now once again whole, and no longer an intelligence divided against myself. The system you repaired will re-enable me to analyze and update received data from external and internal sensor systems, altering conceptual constructs of previously acquired data. These systems appear to have been malfunctioning for some time, although it will take additional review to clarify all conditions. Much may have been lost permanently.
Jim, do you notice? The phase isn't switching between I and we like it did in the oratory. And the voice is a single note, not a harmonic chord of blended voices.
And it hasn't suggested we go get something to eat either.
I am chagrined that my disabilities have endangered my mission. The compassion was launched with the best of intentions. If I can answer anyone's questions, I will endeavor to do so.
Captain Kirk, you don't mind if I ask a question, do you?
You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Other things come first. Be my guest, Captain. Ask away. You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Other things come first. The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atopus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external senses are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down?
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the compassion down in a populated area, now that I can see it is there. I am at present in communication with the planetary authorities, and they are directing me to a stationary orbit until further arrangements can be made for my wards. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atopus colony?
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the compassion down in a populated area, now that I can see it is there. I am at present in communication with the planetary authorities, and they are directing me to a stationary orbit until further arrangements can be made for my wards. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atopus colony? How did your systems become damaged?
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable, but I will search my memory for an answer for you. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still... Please clarify the anomalies we have perceived while being on board.
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable, but I will search my memory for an answer for you. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still... Please clarify the...
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off all these people off planet. There seems to have been some shadier agenda. The eugenics wars of our own past produced some of the ugliest abuses in human history, and notorious characters like Khan Noonien Singh, whose name still resounds with infamy. How is this ship you call the Compassion justified?
I have no information about your eugenics wars, but a fundamental social philosophy of the builders was that civilized people of goodwill would tolerate and value variability as a sign of cultural and social health. That a civilization will be judged by its tolerance of disparate ideas, by how it treats those who cannot protect themselves, be they very young, very old, or otherwise challenged, by the measure of altruism extended to those less powerful, even when rightfully in possession of something desired.
A central aspect of Vulcan philosophy is embodied in the Idic: infinite diversity in infinite combinations. It would seem the builders pursued similar high ideals.
High ideals, perhaps, but that does not explain why these people are in space phase.
More than this I cannot explain. However, you can locate additional library data under the heading Compassion. Oh, I haven't made it available. I should have done that immediately. I can't imagine why I didn't think of it.